How's it going, guys? Donnie coming to you from Massage Japan Pinku Style Garage. Thank you very much for tuning in and checking out the Pinku Styles PS-01AC adaptable coilover kit. We all like to go low. Low cars look better. I agree. You agree. That's why you're here. But it does suck sometimes when you need to get over that little bump or that little speed bump or a little entrance to the gas station or loading your car up onto the trailer. It does suck when you can't do that without putting ramps down and things like that. So this is where the air cup kit comes in place. There's no bags, it's all metal here. 6061 T6 aluminum, very strong gear, and it's going to help you get your car up 2 inches at a time and get over those bumps and things and everything. So just going over this gamut right here, we got the full setup right here. Set up for general cars. You don't have to go to the store. You don't have to go pick up anything. It has everything you need right here to install. You got your air cups, you got your receiver and your actual remote. You got your motor to drive air. You got your tank to store the air. You got your mounts and all your grommets you need there to put all the gear in and install everything you need. Again, this is very simple. This is not anything you haven't seen before. It's just my gear. I've put a little twist on things and added some things I wanted to see in my kit and put those out there. So what we're going to do real quick is actually install one of the cups so you guys can see how quick it is. So it goes without saying, before you get into installing this kit, you should have great knowledge of suspension before you do this. This is not recommended for a novice because there's a lot of different parameters that you have to get right for this kit to work. Case in point, if you have a different coilover, it's not going to work if your strut body is too short because you don't have enough space to put it down for preload. So this is going to be designed again to work with multiple different standard industry coilovers out there. For example, my Pinku Style are 20 millimeter and 12.5, and that's pretty much standard throughout the industry. You have 15, 18, 13, and a few other ones in there as you see right here. I will put the information down there for the brochure so you can see what you got to do to install. So again, I will recommend you getting this to a professional, somebody that knows what they're doing, again, because the products can be good, the quality can be great, but if the install is poorly executed, you're not going to have a good time. And also, Pinku Style will not cover it because we're not in the game of fixing mess ups that were caused by guys who are not really experienced. So just keep that in mind before you install it. So again, this is a very simple setup. It's the simple thing it's going to go through. You got to understand preload and different things, how to unlock your coilover. We're not teaching you how to do that, but at the same time, you need to know how to do your basic adjustments. So this is my Pinku Style PS-01 coilover. And before we get into it, the guys who order this kit at the same time as a pair of coilovers, I will give you $300 off your total order if you order a pair of Pinku Style coilovers and a pair of air cups and everything. So we'll get that going for you. So again, looking at your basic construction right here, you have a Pinku Style coilover. This is the actual S13 from my car behind me, one of my spares. It has a 12 kilogram spring up front. The spring rates are going to difference. Again, if you got the spring rate there for a harder spring, that's going to be it's going to throw things off a little bit. So for certain cars, certain builds, you might have to actually change your spring rates to compensate for that. So before we get into it, you got your air cup again, made out of 6061 T6 aluminum. Then you also have right here this top hat portion right here for the spring retainer. Same thing, 6061 aluminum. So when you have your air cups, the guys say, "Hey man, could you drive on it?" Yeah, you can drive on it. It's the same metal. It's decompressed and everything's together in the straight metal inside of here. So one thing I will dispel out there, air cups are not meant to be driven around. They're meant to air the vehicle up, get over an obstacle, lower it back down. They're not meant to be driven on because they're not designed that way. Airbags are also not really designed to be driven on harshly. They can handle it better, but at the same time, these are for to get your car up temporarily, get over an obstacle, put the car back down, and it looks cool. So again, to start with, you have your gear right here. You have the top hat and things right here. What you're going to do is take this off. Most industry standards, mine is 19. Most industry standards are 19. So here you're going to take your gun here, take it off. All right. So you want to keep your stuff in order. You got to put it back just the way you took it off. So again, you got the top nut here. You want to go ahead and pull this top hat off right here. So you want to take a good consideration. So your top, when you pull things off, you got your bearing right here, going to the receiver, bottom bearing, spacer. You got your top one, you want to make sure back just like how you got it, because this part's going to go on there. So what's going to go away is this guy right here is going to go away. So you're not going to reinstall this at the same time. This is going to go away. Again, reports, remember, you don't put this top hat back on because you try to put this up in there, it's not going to fit. So again, this part stays out. You're going to have here, you're going to have two rings. You're going to have a metal ring to help deaden the noise. This is actually a plastic ring. They're going to go in there. So you're going to put those guys in there so you can keep those. and then you have everything here. So this is a cool time when you want to go in here and clean out things and make sure everything is good to go. If you got new boots, again, you get new boot colors from Pinku Style. Change those up. If you got a new bushing, you want to go ahead and change that out. For the bump stop, you go ahead and change those out as well. So it's a nice time to do some maintenance and things like that. So you want to go ahead and pull that out. Make sure everything is in there. So what you want to do is with your locking rings, what you want to do is go ahead and grab your spanners, the ones that come with your kit. You want to use the ones that come with your kit because sometimes if you use a different one, you can mark your collars really good. So these are my Pinku Style collars that come with my kit here. Go ahead and lay it on the side. And all you want to do is hold one in, break the other in apart again. You guys should know how to do this stuff pretty easily because you've already worked on your controllers a bunch of times. So go ahead and take things apart. Set your stuff right there. And I will recommend, again, while I'm doing this, you want to make sure your area is very clean. You got stuff going around. So again, what you're going to do is you're going to actually drop this. You're going to drop this a little bit, drop the preload down more than what you need. So you're going to drop the spring down, drop the whole body down. And that'll give you more space. So this is here. As you're dropping this down, that way you can get this collar on here. Before you put it on there, what you want to do, first you want to take the metal one, put the metal one inside the cup. Seat it there, nice and seated. You take the other one, put it inside the cup. If you got two or one, you just put that thing together, put it in there. So now you got two things inside here. What I recommend is turning it sideways. That way you don't want to put it down because this will happen when you put it down. It's going to fall out. So you want to make sure that stays seated because you don't want to get that a double seat or have it incorrectly. Turn it sideways, insert carefully. It comes through. And once you get that rod through a little bit, it's all seated on a spring. You're going to kind of twist it a little bit just to go down. All right, so once you got that rod down in there, secure, what you want to do is go ahead and put your top hat on. Slide that down. See how it sits right on that perch right there? Sit that on there. Slide it down all as one. Maintain pressure on it. And put your nut on there. So that'll keep everything from falling apart, coming out on you. So but you're still not done yet. What you want to do, there's going to be space in there. It's going to be space in between your spring and the body here. And raise that up, make sure that's flush. As you can see how that space went away there. As you move it up, you're moving up that preload. So now this is going to be free flowing. So you don't want to have it like that. You want to have enough where it sticks through, but you don't want to go too far because it'll damage things. So you go about right there halfway. What I do is turn it sideways so nothing falls apart. Then you go ahead and all you do is go ahead and turn your bottom locking collar up for the perch that sits on there. You'll feel it once it feels like it's snug on there. As you can see, it's kind of pushing it up. All right, so the spring and everything is moving around a little bit. You want to kind of take it up to it doesn't absorb all the space there, but not too much. Again, you want to leave yourself a little bit of space so that way you got room. You don't want to close it up too. You're gonna have that you want to have that thread poking through. At least I would say about 4 or 5 threads coming through there. And lock that bottom. All right, so now that you got that on there, next you'll do is go ahead and rattle that down, make sure everything's good to go. So there it is. It's that simple. You got your air cup on there. Again, you don't want to torque it to death because you got things in there. You don't want to spin it, a bunch of things like that. So you got your air cup there. You can turn it upside down. You don't hear any rattling and things like that. If you turn it like that and you hear things, that means something's wrong in here. So again, what you want to do is essentially the best way to do it. Again, this is where the professional come in because the pros know how to do it. I've done this. This is my own coilover, so I've seen it a bunch of times. When you get the coilover, it's torqued down, and there's a number of threads sticking out there. If you're unsure, go ahead and mark it with a pin. You want to put it right back where it was. That way you know how much is sticking out. Because again, you don't want to have this where the crown doesn't go through the top of the lock washer because it's not locked. The top of lock washers are designed, they're tighter at the top. That means they squeeze it together so that way you don't have to have any like lock washers and things on the bottom. It's a lock nut itself. So, but if you have that crown not going down and your strut is a different height, now it's not locked on there, so now that thing can come out. So again, with my Pinku Style, I offer a middle range for the actual strut body, a short one for the guys who want to go lower but don't want to sacrifice stroke, and kind of a more longer one. So we can play with 3 different ones with the Pinku Style coilover for your manufacturer. Again, this could be adapted to your whether you got BC or whatever. This is the Pinku Style kit, but you can adapt it to your kit if it falls in line with the specifications outlined in the information provided. If not, you know, you got to do some modifications if you want this kit to work. So again, once you go from there, you got that here. So naturally, goes without saying, the adjustment on the body, again, this is a full way adjustable system and everything. So this goes all the way through. So you got to account for the space there again. It's going to change things up a little bit, and then you're lowering. So your lowering height and things are going to change. So you got to go and raise the car up. So you got to set the dead height. You got to set the height where everything, no air in it. So you set that height up where you want it to be as lowest. And then from there, you got your preload set. You can throw the air in it, and then bam, you got 2 inches of space. So now you can get over things. Again, if your car is extra slam, not really advocating for that because that's not what I do here at my shop. I'm a performance shop, and slamming your car to the ground is not a performance thing. It's more of aesthetics, and that's not what I do. So again, I'm never going to slam any of my cars to the ground, but this really helps if your car is you got the exhaust or you got a body kit that hangs low for low ground you know, for actual performance, and you need to get that car on a trailer. So this will work again for just keep the air out. It'll be the same as dropping it on this guy right there. So again, you're not sacrificing anything. There's nothing floating in there. This is just metal, and then there's O-rings inside of there, but those O-rings are minute, and it's not going to disrupt anything. So you can compete on this. You can compete on this. I say again, you can drive on the track, and I will prove it. So again, guys, thank you for again tuning in, seeing the Pinku Style PS-01AC coilover kit. And this is going to be again, this is going to be a cool design for the guys there who want to get the car up a little bit, get over obstacles, and get on what you got to get on again. So guys, thank you for tuning in, checking this out. Very easy setup, as you can see right here. Of course, you got to add your lines in there and there. Again, that's when it comes to the pros, or you know, really, you know, take the instructions in and do it carefully. And you know, you can contact me for some tidbits and everything. But again, to keep things separated, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to teach anybody to do anything, because again, there's liabilities in check, and I got to make sure I'm cool, make sure my business is good to go, and things like that. So again, thank you guys very much for tuning in. Check out things. I hope you like what you're seeing and you're ready to purchase. Go ahead and see the information on the link. Ready to buy. It's going to be Diane signing off for Pinku Style Garage. See you guys later. Peace.